Hello, everyone. Yeah, I greet you. Welcome to my platform, Timo Starboy Reality Talk TV. Yeah, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And for those people who have already sleeping, good night. Yeah, as usual. So I greet you at your location time. Yeah, happy Monday. Happy Monday 9 over here, 9 October 2023. So you are welcome to my platform, Timo Starboy. Yeah, this is a new update. Yeah, it has been a while, My Wi-Fi, that is my internet Wi-Fi. The battery was dead, so I need to order a new one. That is why you are not able to see me. And so anyway, I'm back to the work. Yeah, so let's bring update. So as we can see on our big screen there, we are asking who is Bola A Tinubu, and Nigeria. They are running criminal enterprises. The criminal enterprises business in Nigeria with their law, their judgment, their judges, and So I don't know which way Nigeria is going now. So it's like, to me, it's going to the demolition. It's going to the demolition. It's going forever, because when this the country that is lawless country, the lawless country, the country that has no law, is surface on the earth. That means there is nothing can come out from that country. There's nothing good can come out. Believe me. There's nothing good can come out. It's all about barbaric act, impunity, and all this kind of scandalous. That is what they will be generating from that country. Because Nigeria, as far as I can tell you, is a lawless country. It's one of the lawless country, and they are running a criminal organization. Yeah, criminal enterprises business. So you know what does that mean? Don't let it shock you. So let me give you this video. As usual, it is video that I will play to you, so that you can know who is Bola A Tinubu, whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or I don't know which one is bearing. So we are looking for who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So maybe this video will prove it to us. So let me play you this video. Okay.
Instances of perjury on his presidential.
Let's start.
Nigeria's president Bola Tinubu is facing an unprecedented crisis of legitimacy following the failure of his Western-backed attempted military invasion of Niger. A legal deposition in the U.S. has established that the Chicago State University degree certificate that Tinubu submitted with his presidential declaration was forged. Under Nigerian electoral law, submission of a forged certificate to the country's independent National Electoral Commission is grounds for immediate disqualification. Following the disputed results of the February 25 presidential election in Nigeria, Tinubu has faced multiple legal challenges from the two major opposition parties, which won a combined 60% of the official vote count. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party have been in court since May, alleging multiple breaches of electoral law by Tinubu. A key issue anchoring Atiku Abubakar's case is that Tinubu committed multiple instances of perjury on his presidential declaration form, including submitting a forged degree certificate and failure to declare an additional nationality. Another key issue anchoring both opposition cases is a 1993 U.S. drug trafficking investigation involving Tinubu, where he was ordered by a court in Chicago to forfeit $460,000 in proceeds of heroin trafficking found in his bank accounts. Despite the many question marks surrounding Tinubu, French President Emmanuel Macron and US President Joe Biden both initially seemed very keen to establish cordial relations with his government, especially when it came to the proposed military invasion of Niger, following the removal of Mohamed Bazoum from office. At Nigeria's appeal court, Tinubu's lawyers successfully argued that his prior involvement in criminal activity like drug trafficking was not grounds for disqualification because the forfeiture was a civil case instead of a criminal one, and it was his bank accounts that were charged with laundering drug money and not him. But Tinubu's fortunes began to change shortly after failing multiple times to get the Nigerian military to invade Niger. First via an attempted illegal deployment of Nigerian special forces into Niger, which was foiled when the attack plans were leaked to a journalist. Then via a formal request to the Nigerian Senate, which was rejected. And finally via a joint ECOWAS military intervention, which again failed to materialize. Following the US government's security deal with the new Nigerian authorities, which was followed by the humiliating exit of France from the country, both of which rendered Tinubu ineffective as a regional Western ally, his political fortunes subsequently nosedived as his legal troubles in the United States began to pile up. Atiku Abubakar's lawyers sought a subpoena to compel Chicago State University to reveal everything he knows about Bola Tinubu, who claims to have graduated from the institution in 1979. Tinubu's lawyers argued that the court should not grant the subpoena because releasing these records would tarnish his image. Despite several appeals, Judge Nancy Maldonado on October 1 delivered a ruling authorizing the subpoena and mandating a sworn deposition by officials of Chicago State University. The subpoenaed documents and subsequent legal deposition revealed that the certificate Tinubu submitted to the Electoral Commission was not issued by Chicago State University and contained several mistakes and discrepancies. Nigerian investigative journalist David Hundeyin last year revealed that the certificate submitted to the commission bore a striking resemblance to a fake certificate template for Chicago State University provided by an online certificate forgery service called diplomamakers.com. According to the deposition, Chicago State University cannot verify that the student on its files known as Bola A. Tinubu is in fact the same person as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which raises the incredible specter of potential identity fraud by Nigeria's president. The matter has been filed in Nigeria's Supreme Court as part of the presidential election petition appeal, which commences hearing this month, which means that we could well be witnessing the last few days of Tinubu's presidency. But that isn't all. In another remarkable twist, 6 US government agencies, including the FBI, CIA, IRS, and DEA, who were sued by Plainsight.org founder Aaron Greenspan and David Hundeyin for refusing to honor Freedom of Information requests regarding the records they hold on Tinubu, have stated that they will comply with the FOIA request. The FBI alone stated that it has identified over 2,500 pages of relevant information in its file on Tinubu, which it will begin to release publicly from October. It would seem that following his failure to deliver on the mandate to invade Niger given to him by Western backers, Africa's latest Western puppet president could be about to bite the dust.
Bola Ahmed.
So that is it. So another video I'm gonna play is another one, So to define, to clarify who is our Bola Ahmed, aka I don't know, Jagaban, Jagaban of Babu. So let's hear from the source.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I say,
sorry.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I say that the release of those records have posed more questions than answers.
What are these questions?
One, it is more than a failure. I think what we should say is that we run a criminal enterprise. We run a criminal enterprise. And day in, day out, corruption is being written into our laws. Corruption is being written into our constitution. I am perplexed at
So do I. I'm perplexed as well.
Of Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
It's shocking me.
Who were supporting him in resisting the
Bola
release
Tinubu
of his academic records.
aka Jagaban
And the moment the records were released, they were also celebrating the release
What are they celebrating
as
for?
if nothing has happened. At the backdrop of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu pleading with the court through his lawyers that please don't release my academic records,
What a shame.
because if you release them,
What a shame.
they will constitute severe and irreparable damage. And some people are saying the release means nothing and that it actually vindicates President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I say that the release of those records have posed more questions than answers.
What are these questions?
One is that the university, Chicago State University, affirmed that indeed he attended the university and earned a degree. But the certificate which Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted to INEC, they disowned it. That it did not emanate from them. That they came to their conclusion through the transcripts. As far as the certificate is submitted is concerned, it did not emanate from them. So that is the fundamental question. Because to contest for the position of presidency in the country, it was required.
It is not emanate, and they cannot sign on it. They cannot give this guarantee. You know, that to me is a forgery certificate. You know, it is forgery. You cannot authenticate the certificate. So it's totally a forgery. It's Oluwole. Continue.
To submit his certificate. He submitted a certificate and the university is saying, no, this certificate he has submitted did not emanate from us.
So in law, what is that called?
Well, it would be, from my point of view, there is some inconsistency.
Okay.
The university has not said he has forged it, but they said, no, this certificate does not emanate from us. So that raises a big question mark. But not only that,
Question.
in the documents released to the former Vice President Atiku, the age of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in question.
Listen, guys.
We do not know when he was born.
Everything is in question.
By the records is submitted, documents is submitted to INEC, he claimed to have been born in 1952. In the records submitted, documents submitted to Atiku, there are contradictory dates.
Yeah.
One carries 1954, another carried 1955.
That is scandalous.
Not only that, the third contradiction is in terms of the gender. We do not know whether President Bola Ahmed Tinubu attended Chicago State University
Whether it's she or
is
he.
male or female. Because the university, in the admission letter, addressed the admission letter to Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. However, another document which he used or allegedly used to gain admission carries the F female gender.
That is the document from Southwest College.
So, exactly. Therefore, those documents have raised more questions than the answers being sought. The conclusion to be drawn from such is unfortunate for the country, because there ought not to be such controversy around the personality called the president of any country.
This movie
the president of Nigeria.
Film.
Is this the irreparable damage the lawyers of Tinubu wanted us to avoid?
No, we will have to ask them. But I think that these contradictions are weighty enough for any reasonable, normal rational human being to be concerned. Because I know that before I retired from teaching in the Polytechnic Ibadan, if a student approached us, because when an institution offers admission to any student, and you have to register, and the student happens to be in my own department, and there are these contradictions, such a student will not be admitted.
Yeah, it will be disqualified.
Now,
simple as ABC.
Is this a failure of Nigerian security system? Because this is a man
it's totally a
who
failure
ran for first term and second term as governor of Lagos State.
No word about it. No word to be changed for it. Totally a failure from our judiciary system.
Has a way of scrutinizing these documents. He ran again.
No rather word for it.
In 2023. Is this a failure of Nigerian institutions?
It is more than a failure.
It's more than a failure.
I think what we should say is that we run a criminal enterprise.
Yeah.
We run a criminal enterprise.
Exactly.
And day in, day out, corruption is being written into our laws. Corruption is being written into our constitution. One, I recall that under section 137 sub 1 sub J, presentation, if you were indicted at all on any ground, you'll be disqualified from contesting.
Exactly.
That clause was deleted in 2010-2011 amendments. Two,
can you hear that?
In the past, under the Electoral Act,
fraudulent content,
the Electoral Commission was empowered to look into the background, the documents submitted by contestant candidates.
Fraudulent constitution.
The ruling class were very smart. They amended the Electoral Act and they disempowered the Electoral Commission, INEC, from having to reject any candidate.
So who has the right to
that is why
candidate?
I say now it will now be members of the party, because the court has also held that only members of the party can complain about the qualification of the candidates of a particular political party, that other members lack the right. Whereas any Nigerian, whether or not you are a member of that political party, ought to have a right to challenge the qualification of any of the candidates. And that was what Chief Gani Fawemi sought to do in 1999.
And they didn't do
That's about 24 years ago.
They didn't let
precisely October 7, 1999. He challenged the qualification of now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the ground that he claimed to have attended some primary school in Ibadan and secondary school in Ibadan, and that from his own findings, Chief did his own research. He found out that there was no way now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu attended those institutions.
Let's look
of course, he also challenged the claim that he attended
government
University of Chicago. Chicago State University is now what he claims. But then he claimed University of Chicago. And Chiefs challenged him. Today, he has dropped
Chicago
that claim of having attended University of Chicago.
Let's look at the details of the point Femi Aborishade is making. Femi Aborishade is a human rights advocate. He is also a legal practitioner. He has taken us to Gani Fawemi against Tinubu. So let's look at the details. In October 1999, the late human rights lawyer Gani Fawemi filed an order at the Federal High Court Lagos to compel security operatives to investigate Bola Ahmed Tinubu's academic credentials. Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the time was the governor of Lagos State.
Yeah.
Tinubu had claimed in the filings he made to the Independent National Electoral Commission in 1999 when he ran for governor of Lagos State that he lost his certificate. He stated in the forms he submitted to INEC
What's a shame.
that he attended St. Paul Children's Home School, Ibadan,
That was fraud.
from 1958 to 1964, and Government College, Ibadan,
That was false.
from 1965 to 1968, before proceeding to Richard Daley College, Chicago, from 1969 to 1971, and the University of Chicago. So that is the point you make here.
Exactly.
Now we are talking about Chicago State University.
Exactly. He has dropped the claim, over which Chief Gani challenged him there. He no longer refers to that particular institution.
So could that be an error?
Well, we will have to ask him.
The man is playing a dirty game.
Fawemi
It's a
in the
game
court
player.
document wanted
Dirty
an
game.
order of mandamus praying the court to compel security operatives to investigate the allegations against Tinubu. By the time Gani